Hello class! For this video, ang pag-uusapan natin is kung paano mag-solve ng linear system using the Gauss elimination, no? So here are the recommended step-by-step process, no? For the computation. So yung step 1 is i-construct muna natin yung ating augmented matrix, no? Later on, makikita nyo kung ano yung tinutukoy na augmented matrix. Sa step 2 naman, i-convert natin yung square matrix natin into the upper triangular matrix, no? So, i-recall ko lang kung ano ang meaning ng upper triangular matrix, no? It just means na itong lower triangle portion yan, lahat siya 0. Kung 4 by 4 yan, halimbawa ito, A, B, C, D yan, then ito 0, then itong tatlo dito 0, no? So, yan naman kapag 4 by 4, no? Basta ang importante sa taas, may mga values siya. And dito naman, lahat na siya 0, no? So, yun yung step 2 natin, no? And yung final step is magpe-perform tayo ng back substitution, no? So, sige, no? Para mas maintindihan nyo, let's try to solve this example, no? So, basahin ko lang siya. Determine the solution of the linear system shown below, no, using the Gauss elimination. So 2x sub 1 minus 4x sub 2 plus x sub 3 equals negative 11. X sub 1 plus 3x sub 2 plus 2x sub 3 equals negative 4. That's the second equation. And the third equation is 3x sub 1 plus 5x sub 2 plus 2x sub 3 equals negative 2, no? So, sige po, no? Solve na agad natin to. So, for the solution, i-consider natin yung step 1, which is gagawa tayo nung tinatawag na augmented matrix, no? So, here is the process class of creating the augmented matrix. So, for the first equation, isulat mo lang yung mga coefficients natin. So, 2, negative 4, and 3, 1. Then, for the second equation, ganun din. That's 1, 3, and 2. And for the third equation is 3, 5, 2. Ayan siya, no? Then, after nun, gumawa ka lang dito ng vertical line indicating that's like an equal sign. And all you need to do is to write the answers from the right side of the equation. So, negative 11, negative 4, and negative 2, no? So, this is simply, no, the augmented matrix, no? Ayan siya. Tawag natin dito is augmented matrix. Now, before we proceed class to the second step, meron kayo ditong isang bagay na kailangan matandaan. You need to observe the mean diagonal of our matrix, no? So, dito sa left side, titingnan nyo to. And dapat wala siyang element na 0. So, in other words, dito sa portion na to, wala kayong makita na 0. Okay po, no? However, what if meron? Ayun siya, no? Say for example, ito, instead na to siya, naging 0. So what if yung isang element ng mean diagonal natin class ay 0? Ang gagawin nyo lang, i-shift mo lang or pagpapalitin mo lang either yung row 1 or row 2. Again, no? It's just a hypothetical scenario, ah. Halimbawa, itong row 1 natin ay 0 siya. Ang gagawin mo, pagpapalitin mo either yung row 1 or row 2 or yung row 1 or row 3. Or in other words, from the original equation, kumbaga, pinagpalit mo lang ito or pinagpalit mo lang yung row first or third equation. So, ganun po siya, no? So, again, no, as a general rule, dapat wala kayong makitang 0 in the mean diagonal, no? Pero, just in case meron nga, madali lang naman ang remedyo dyan, pagpalitin mo lang yung row. Please do not shift the column, no? Yung rows lang ang pwedeng pagpalitin para in order pa rin yung ating, in order pa rin yung mga variables natin. So, sa take note lang, ito x1, ito yung para sa variable x2, and ito yung sa variable x3, no? So, you can see naman from the original equation, no? Anyway, yun na nga, na-construct na natin class yung augmented matrix, no? And by inspection, nakita naman natin na yung main diagonal has no 0 element. So therefore, we will now proceed to the step 2. So here, for the step 2 class, ang goal natin dito is ma-convert itong portion na to into 0. Ayan siya, no? Convert natin yan to 0. Kasi nga kung titingnan mo, yun naman ang itsura ng ating upper triangular matrix, no? So, paano natin yun i-convert, no? So, yung una na concern natin is itong 1 and 3 na muna, no? Yung first column, no? So, dapat ma-convert natin yan class into the 0. So, in this case, yung first column yung first row natin, yun na muna yung fixed natin o yung reference row. Kasi at this point, ang gagalawin muna hindi kasi natin to masasabay-sabay, no? It's not that possible na masabay-sabay mo silang ma-zero, no? So, ngayon, ang una natin na mazi-zero, itong 1 and 3, no? And yun na nga, nasa row 2 ito, and ito namang 3, nasa row 3. So, yung row 1, hindi natin siya gagalawin. So, kung hindi natin siya gagalawin, we will consider that as our reference row, no? So, here, paano natin siya gagawing 0? So, ganito po siya, yung r sub 2, ima-minus mo siya ng r sub 1. Ayun yung process natin, no? Again, yung second row, ima-minus mo siya ng first row. And ganun din yung third row. Ima-minus mo din siya ng first row. Again, no? Bakit row sub 1? Kasi nga siya yung reference row natin. Yun yung row na hindi natin gagalawin. Okay po, no? However, this formula is still not yet complete kasi pag ginamit mo to, halimbawa, row sub 2 is 1, di ba, no? Halimbawa dito, row sub 2 is 1 for the first column, no? Tapos yung row sub 1 is 2. So, it's just 1 minus 2. Eh, hindi yan 2. That's negative 1. Again, no? Yung row sub 2, ito siya 1. Yung row sub 1 is 2. So, 1 minus 2 is still negative 1. And negative 1 is not equal to 0. Pero yun na nga, no, ang goal natin dito, dapat yung negative 1 o yung 1 maging 0 siya. So ano yung gagawin natin dyan? So here, meron tayo ditong multiplier. And yung multiplier is, yung numerator niya dapat kung ano yung element na gusto mong mapa-0. So sa case natin, itong 1 half, 1. Tapos yung denominator natin is, ano yung nasa reference row natin. Sa case natin, itong 2. So that's multiplier of 1 half, no? So we can try it, no? Kasi nga again, yung goal natin dito dapat mapa-0 siya. So again, row sub 2 is 1 minus row sub 1 is 2 tapos times 1 half. So 1 minus 2 times 1 half, sigurado magzi-0 siya. So ayun po, no, yung paraan ng pag-evaluate natin, no. So meanwhile, iusog ko lang siya ng konti, no, to give emphasis. Ayan. Tapos yun na nga, ilagay natin dito, no, as 1 half. Meanwhile, dito rin naman sa r sub 3 minus r sub 1, pag sinubstitute mo yung r sub 3 natin, that is 3, minus yung sinubstitute mo dito 2. So, that's 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 is not equal to 0. So, hindi pa rin yun pwede, no? So, in that case, same with the first one, maglalagay ako dito ng pang-introduction. Okay po, no? Or ng multiplier. So, yun nga, ang multiplier nito is itong 3, kung saan yun yung gusto mong i-0, divided by yung reference natin, katulad dun kanina, yun na nga yung 2. So, dapat ang multiplier natin dyan ay 3 halves, no? So, that's the way, no, in making our, in making our portion, this one na maging 0. Okay po, no? So, again, since yung row 1 yung hindi natin dito gagalawin, kaya ginawa natin reference for these two rows yung row 1. Ayun po, no? So, tapos may multiplier tayo ditong inintroduce para nga masigurado natin na itong dalawa na nabibilugan ng green oblong is ma-convert into 0, no? So, ayun po yung idea dyan, no? So, let's now proceed to or continue the step 2. All I need to do is to write the first row kasi nga wala namang nagbago dyan. So, 2, negative 4, 1, and dito naman, that's negative 11. So, ayan siya. However, we will now start the computation here. So, take note, no, r sub 2 minus r sub 1 times 1 half. So, it's just 2 kasi yun yung, sorry, no, yung r sub 2 natin is 1 minus yung r sub 1 is 2 times 1 half. And obviously, the value of that will be 0. Tama po ba, no? Baguhin ko lang, no, yung size. Pero yun na nga yung concept, no? Ito, no, yung r sub 2 is 1 minus 1 half times, sorry, 1 minus 2 times 1 half, no? So, yun. Pag kinompute mo yan, 0, no? However, class, you need to take note na itong formula na to is hindi mo lang pwedeng ipa-implement dito sa first column natin. Itong r sub 2 minus r sub 1 times 1 half must be implemented to all elements of the second row. Ito, no? So, included din itong natututukan ng mouse cursor natin. So, for example, for this one, ayun na siya, magiging r sub 2, 3 minus r sub 1, negative 4 times 1 half. Saan siya galing, no? Yung r sub 2 natin is 3. Substitute mo, yung r sub 1 is negative 4 times 1 half. So, kumbaga, dapat ipa-implement mo yun lahat, no? So, ganun din dito for the third column, no? So, here, yung r sub 3 natin is 2 minus 1 times 1 half, no? Considering na ito yung r sub 2, sinubstitute, yung r sub 1 is 1. So, yun po yung concept dyan. And even on the right side, no, of our augmented matrix, so yung r sub 2 is negative 4 minus yung r sub 1, negative 11 times 1 half, no? So, kumbaga, ini-implement mo tong formula na to not just in the element that you intend to become 0, but in the entire element of that row. So, ganun po dapat yung Gauss elimination natin. Okay po? So, now, you need to do that as well, no, for the third row. Pero syempre, itong formula naman na to, yung gagamitin natin, r sub 3 minus r sub 1 times 3 halves, no? So, for example, here, yung r sub 3 natin is 3 minus 2 times 3 halves. Ayun siya, no? Because here, ito na nga yung 3 for r sub 3, yung 2 for r sub 1, no? So, yun yung isa-substitute mo. And again, you need to repeat that in the remaining elements, no? So, say for example, dito, r sub 3 is 5 minus negative 4 times 3 halves, no? Again, 5, ito yung r sub 3, negative 4 r sub 1. Then, again, you need to repeat that for this next, that's 2 minus 1 times 1 half. And finally, dito rin, so that's negative 2 minus negative 11 times, oh sorry, not 1 half, 3 halves. Ayan siya, no, 3 halves. Ito naman, times 3 halves, no. So, ayan, no. So, yung operation na pinerform natin dito, it must be implemented to the entire row, no. So, I will give you some time to pause this video para i-evaluate sila one by one, no? So, pero feeling ko naman ito, pag sinubstitute natin to, I think, no, pag kinompute mo to, 1 minus 2 times 1 half, the answer here must be 0 as it should be. Okay po, no? So, 0 to. Tapos ito naman, 3 minus negative 4 times 1 half. Ang sagot natin dito, class, ay 5. Tapos dito naman, 2 minus 1 times 1 half. Ang sagot natin dito is 1.5, no? So, substitute natin yun, no? 1.5. Then dito naman, negative 4 minus negative 11 times 1 half. Ang sagot natin dito ay 1.5. So, yun, no? I-highlight, ano natin to, 1.5. Then, sunod, 3 minus 2 times 3 halves. Of course, dapat maging 0 to because we intend to make it 0. Then, sunod, 5 minus negative 4 times 3 halves. So, ang sagot naman dito sa part na to is 11. So, ayan siya. Then, sumunod naman, 2 minus 1 times 3 halves. So, ang sagot dito ay 0.5 or 1 half. You can use decimal or fraction if you want. There's no one naman to, no, kontra, no. Then, negative 2 minus negative 11 times 3 halves. So, ang sagot naman dito ay 14.5. So, ayan na class, no. Partially, nagtagumpay na tayo kasi nga, again, yung goal natin dito sa Gauss elimination, mapa zero itong portion na to. Kasi nga, yung idea natin dito is maging upper triangular matrix siya. Okay po, no? Pero syempre, hindi lang yan yung kailangan natin ma-zero kasi nga, ang upper triangular matrix, ito lang siya, no? So, meron pa tayong isa na needed na mapa-zero. Sa case natin, itong 11, yung need natin, no? So, here, bilugan ko siya para na nga palatandaan na yun na yung part na needed na lang natin mapa-zero bago matapos yung computation natin, no? So now, paano natin 'to gagawin? This time, R sub 3 ulit ang iko-consider natin class. Pero ngayon, ang magiging reference mo na, kung kanina dito, ang naging baseline natin ay R sub 1 kasi yung R sub 1 na yung hindi natin ginalaw. Ngayon, hindi mo na pwedeng gawing basis yung R sub 1. Mas maganda na ang gawing mo ng baseline ay ang R sub 2. Okay po, no? So, dito ka na sa R sub 2 magbe-baseline. So, R sub 3 minus R sub 2 yan. Then, syempre, pag sinubstitute mo yan, still, ang magiging sagot nito, no, R sub 3, 11, minus 5 is still 6, no? So, hindi pa rin siya magzi-zero. So, katulad din kanina, ang multiplier natin dyan is ganito. Ano ba yung gusto mong mag-zero? Itong 11. Tapos, ang magiging divisor dyan is yung nasa taas niya. Kasi kung ang baseline natin this time is R sub 2, so yung R sub 2 natin na number is 5, no? So, 11 over 5. So, ayun siya. But again, no, yung R sub 1 and R sub 2, hindi mo na siya gagalawin. Kasi nga, already, goods na yan sa part natin, no? Okay na? So, yun lang naman yung matitirang operation dito. So, all I need to do is to copy this with an exception of the R sub 3 kasi nga mababago na yung value niya. So, tanggalin ko na to. Then, ipe-perform na natin yung operations natin, no? So, in that case, katulad nga dito, isa-isahin natin, no? So, R sub 3 minus R sub 2. So, ang pinagkaiba kasi dito, yung sa unang row, di 0 minus 0 times 11 over 5. 'Di ba, no? Ang isa-substitute mo, R sub 3, 0. Yung R sub 2, 0. Di ba? 0 minus 0 is still 0. So, yun yung reason kung bakit ang baseline natin yung R sub 2, hindi yung R sub 1. Kasi kapag R sub 1 yan, pwedeng imbis na ma-maintain niya yung pagiging 0, baka magalaw pa to. So, again, no, kalimitan pag ano na, R sub 2 na yung baseline dyan. So, here, dito rin, R sub 3 is 11. Ayun siya, no? 11 minus 5, then over 11 times 11 over 5, no? Again, no? 11 R sub 3 minus R sub 2, 5 times 11 over 5. And you need to do that to the remaining part. So, halimbawa ito, 0.5 minus 1.5 11 over 5. I do hope it's still visible. Basta yun siya. Then finally, dito naman, that's 14.5 minus 1.5, then 11 over 5, no? So, isi-simplify natin siya. So, again, ito, kahit wag mo na nga siyang i-calculator, evidently, it's equal to 0. Tapos ito naman pangalawa, 11 minus 5 times 11 over 5 is 0. And as it should be. Kasi nga, yun yung goal natin, mapa 0 siya. Then ito naman, 0.5 minus 1.5 times 11 over 5. So, ang sagot natin dito ay negative 2.8 based on that. And finally, 14.5 minus 1.5 times 11 over 5. So, ang sagot naman is 11.2. Ayan siya, no? So, 11.2. And at this point, we became successful class sa step 2. Kasi nga, tandaan nyo, ang goal natin dito, usog ko lang to, ang goal natin dito is makakreate tayo ng ating upper triangular matrix, no? And yung itsura nga ng upper triangular matrix is pag ganito, no? May tatlong zero siya, no? So here, so lower left corner, na-convert na natin siya na tatlong zero. So this is now the result of our step 2. So ganun po yung computation natin dyan, no? But take note, no? Yung first column, it represents x sub 1. Ito naman, x sub 2 and x sub 3. So now, dahil tapos na tayo sa step 2, we can now proceed class to the step 3 or yung tinatawag natin na back substitution, no? So, paano naman gumagana itong back substitution? Magsisimula tayong mag-interpret dito sa third row, no? Again, no? Magsisimula tayong mag-interpret sa third row. So in this case, you need to understand na ito pa rin yung mga coefficients, itong mga values na to, these are still the coefficients of x sub 1, x sub 2, and x sub 3. Kaya ang idea dito, kaya siya napa-zero natin kasi pag rinewrite ko ito as an equation with that coefficient, ang meaning lang naman dyan is 0x sub 1 plus 0x sub 2, then sunod minus 2.8 x sub 3 equals 11.2. And yun yung reason kung bakit tayo create ng upper triangular matrix kasi syempre, any number multiplied by 0 will be 0. So, kumbaga, matatanggal na yan, no? Yung portion na yan. So, kahit i-erase ko na to, no? And therefore, ang kalalabasan dito sa ating equation is, yun na nga, negative 2.8 x sub 3 kasi nga ito yung negative 2.8, then nasa x sub 3, and sa kanan yung 11.2. And simple division can compute, no? Divided by negative 2.8. So therefore, yung x sub 3 natin is equal to negative 4. So, ayun. Na-solve agad natin, no, yung value ng x sub 3. Sa row sub 2 naman, ang gagawin mo dito is, ganun din, you just interpret this, but 0 yung sa x sub 1, kaya magsisimula yung equation natin sa 5x sub 2 plus 1.5 x sub 3 is equal to 1.5, no? But take note from the previous row, na-compute na nga natin yung x sub 3 as negative 4. Kaya here, magiging 5x sub 2 plus 1.5 times negative 4 equals 1.5 or 5x sub 2 minus 6 equals 1.5. Of course, pag nilipat natin yung negative 6 dito, that will be positive 6 and 1.5 plus 6 is 7.5. Kaya magiging 5x sub 2 equals positive 7.5. All you need to do is to divide both sides by 5. So therefore, yung x sub 2 natin is 7.5 over 5 or 1.5, no? So that is now the answer for the row sub 2, no? So ganun lang naman, no? Yung tinatawag na back sub. And finally, punta tayo sa row number 1. So sa row 1 naman, isulat mo siya as 2x sub 1 minus 4x sub 2 plus x sub 3 is equal to negative 11. So ito siya, no? 2x sub 1 minus 4x sub 2 plus x sub 3 is 11. But we already knew the values of x sub 2 and x sub 3. Kaya here, 2x sub 1 minus 4 times 1.5 plus negative 4 equals negative 11. Pag kinompute natin itong part na to, just use your calculator, no? But I believe the answer for this one is negative 10. Kaya ang magiging simplified portion dyan, 2x sub 1 minus 10 equals negative 11. But syempre, yung negative 10, pag nilipat mo, magiging plus 10 yan. And negative 11 plus 10 is negative 1, no? Kaya here, pag sinimplify natin yan, 2x sub 1 equals negative 1, of course, i-divide mo siya ng 2. So, therefore, yung x sub 1 natin is negative 1 half or negative 0.5. No? Again, it doesn't matter if you want to express your answer, no, in terms of decimal or fraction. Katulad dito, yung x sub 2, that's 3 halves. Ito naman, negative 1 half, no? So, decision nyo na lang yan, no? Kung ang gusto nyo ay decimal or fraction para kung sa tingin nyo mas simple yung decimal, then so be it. Wala namang problema doon. So now, tapos na tayo sa pag-perform ng solution of linear system using the Gauss elimination, no? So as you can see, ibig sabihin, ang sagot natin sa x sub 1 is negative 0.5, ang x sub 2 is 1.5, and ang x sub 3 natin is negative 4. So dito na natatapos yung discussion natin for Gauss elimination, no? So I do hope the explanation is clear. So thank you so much and ingat kayong lahat.